Hello, everybody, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. I stumbled across an interesting forum thread over on Trade to Win, and I guess I should just move along. And it's the Forexmospherian trading method. He's a scalper. And since I've moved to the ranch, I really can't scalp because I don't have a reliable high-speed 24/7 internet. I have to use my cell phone here. I'm in a remote area, and there's not that many people up here, so it doesn't make economical sense for the phone company or cable company to lay the fiber optic or high-speed cable. And satellite with the 2-second delay is just too slow, especially in the age of high frequency traders. So scalping isn't really something that I can do while I'm at the ranch. But the method is interesting because it uses linear regression. And back in my stock trading, day trading days, that was something I used that the Stock Holy Grail taught me all about linear regression and RSI2 and divergence. So I was reading this thread because he seems to be able to just pick 5 pips or more off it at will. So let's get into it. But first, let me show you if I can. Let's see, I thought I had it up on there. I guess I don't. I was going to show you the thread. But anyway, what he does is he sets up these linear regressions. And so I modified the linear regression indicator to, actually I made my own, and I plot a gauge here, and I just call it. So you can see we've got linear regression 15 period, 25, 45, 95, 115, 180, 285, 500, and 900. And if this is green, that means the linear regression is pointing up. If this is red, it means it's pointing down. In other words, the current level is higher than the previous level, or the current level is lower than the previous level. And then, of course, as I'm wont to do, I made a little trigger indicator here for opportunity, but we'll get into that later. And so basically what he's saying is you have a linear regression structure, and he says, let's see, you have a thick white dotted at the bottom on his trades, and the green dotted above, then the red, yellow, green, and then the 3 white following the price ultra close. It says when all LRs are under the price in the correct order, you should expect a strong rise, and when 3 white linear regression lines go over, a pullback or a scalp sell. So you can see right here we've got these 3 lines, and when these 2 dotted dashed white lines cross the thick white, that's the trade. So you can see right here part of the triggers have already activated, and as soon as these lines cross, you can take the trade. And there's some more to this. As you can see here, what the triggers are is first we look at we get the linear regression values, and you can for all the linear regressions we just run through an array and fill them up, and that's the part of the display. And so we have like a primer. If the red linear regression 95 is under the yellow linear regression 180, that's part of the buy. So that's part of the prime. So if we go back here, the red is under the yellow. Now, next, we need what we call a charge. You see, the close and the linear regression 15, 25, and 45 all have to be under the linear regression 95. Okay? And that's what this code does. So you can see here we've got these 3 are under this. So you can see that that's why these 2, we have the green checks. We're getting ready to go for a long scalp. And I guess it's fortunate that this is happening live here as I'm making this video. And then finally, what has to happen is that we need a crossover. We need to have the value of this line to cross over and then this line to cross over. And when that happens, that's when that will get the green check. We get 3 green checks, we should go long. But the thing is, this is just alerting the trader to the possibility of a trade, because this is a discretionary system, so you have to look beyond it. And as I get more concrete rules, I can then code those rules. And you see, for me, to understand a system, I code it, because if I can't code it, then that means I don't understand it. So, and you can talk about subtleties and all this and all that, but it's like either you're setting up rules to enter or you're guessing. And there should be no guesswork. There should be entry rules. It's say, well, I think, or well, I feel, or my gut tells me, or the tea leaves. No, that's not. Then you're just flipping a coin, and that's not what we're trying to do here. So as I learn this, because I've only been looking at this for a few days, so, and I've coded up these indicators. As you can see here, this turned down, but the price is 17 pips above the linear regression 900. And if you see, here's the linear regression 900 down here. And one of the things I did to the linear regression indicator was I put the price boxes on, and I also coded it so you know which line is which line, because in the charts out on the forum, I've got no idea. Let's see. In fact, yeah, here we go. This is the thread that I'm talking about. The intraday trading the Forex market to make consistent profit. And right now it's 86 pages. And as you can see, yours truly has been posting. And let's see. He's answering my question right here. So that's something that I can code into the system, because you see these vertical lines are specific times of the day, and I'm not 100% sure, because he kind of talks about it in many different areas. Now, the one thing here that I've noticed about his system, he uses the M1 time frame for these scalps. He's going for 5 pips, and if you can do that 4 or 5 times a day, he says you can make a good living. So you see here, we still haven't gotten the trigger because this line has not crossed over. So we will wait, because a lot of times you're going to want to rush it, and you're going to wind up seeing some drawdown. And he has very tight stops, very tight. In case you're wondering, the pink line here, that's the ask, and this is the bid. And I've also he calls it sweet spot scalping. He says, and here's some of his ideas. You can find them in the thread. I just kind of put them all in a little note file so I can refer back to them. Because sometimes it's kind of hard, because once again, this is discretionary. There's a lot going on when he talks about the market structure using the linear regression. And if you're wondering, if you think, did I fall and bump my head? What am I doing with squigglies? Well, the thing is, once again, linear regression, that's part of statistics. So anything that has to do with statistics and trading usually interests me. So we've still got a few minutes left on this video time-wise, but I can show you something while we're waiting on that trade to develop. You can see here I do a multi-pair at M1 time frame. Now you can see here there's a couple of pairs setting up for a long trade, and here's the dollar Canadian setting up for a short trade. So once again, by just looking at this, I don't have to look at chart after chart. I can see right here, computers telling me where trade opportunities are. One thing I've noticed was if you do this trade in the rat zone, 20 pip within 20 pips of the daily low, or you do the short trade here within 20 pips of the high, it is very, very profitable, very accurate. Get you in, get you in, and usually there's little to no drawdown when you take that trade in that way. So as you can see right here, we've got 3 green checks, so we can enter the trade long. And I've got about 3 minutes left in this video before the time runs out. I can only make 15-minute videos with this particular package, but let's just see what happens here. And once again, this is just my preliminary attempt at coding an indicator to take this type of trade. I'm still learning, and the indicator will improve as I learn his method better. And why do I do this? People think I'm still searching. No, the thing is, the day the master fails to stop learning is the day the master ceases to be a master. So always looking to learn, always looking to learn. Because all it might take is just one trick, one little thing that could unlock the door to even more profit. But you see, with things like the rat trade and the buy zone trade, I can use those anytime, any market. But once again, I like to learn other people's way of looking at things because sometimes it helps me see something I haven't seen before. So as you can see, we already got our trigger. Now the trigger turned off, so we'd already be in the trade. And we can see what happens. I've got about 2 minutes left. So you can see I when I post things and make videos, I usually have the time of day right here in the little dollar TRO time indicator, so you can see the bar time, the server time, local time. So there's no questions, no cherry picking, none of those things that people like to accuse traders of cheating. So it's right there, time stamped. No, you can't edit it. It's just that simple. It's there. So it looks like we're not going to get a quick pop here. And I guess you'll just have to pull up the chart and see what happened. It was May 14th at 17:19 bar time, server time, my local time, 10:19. So once again, these are the indicators, and they'll probably be part of the 2014 donational package. And fellow traders, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. The Rumple One signing off.